from First Coast News. This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
We continue to follow breaking news that occurred while you're sleeping here at 6 o'clock in the morning. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office now conducting a death investigation. It's in the Moncrief area of town.
A man was found shot to death on a sidewalk. This happened near the corner of West 31st and Myrtle Streets. We want to get right out to our Alex Osiris. He is live on the scene. He's been there pretty much all morning long gathering details. What's the latest, Alex?
Keith, those lights still flashing this morning as officers continue to block off this area. They say the man was found shot and killed just a couple hundred feet or so from where we're set up, just at the corner on a sidewalk near 31st and Myrtle. They identified the man as a person in his teens to early 20s, but other than that information, they have not released any identity of the man, but do say that they have been talking with neighbors trying to get more information about what had happened. They say that the victim did have at least one gunshot wound. When we arrived out here earlier this morning, shortly after police officers started their investigation, we saw them taking pictures of an area, laying down some evidence markers, so their investigation continues this morning. So we're still learning more from JSO, and as soon as we hear back, we'll get that information to you. Reporting live from Moncrief, Alex Osiris, First Coast News.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts.
Good morning, yes, and we're talking about sunshine today, one of the most tranquil precision weather forecasts we've had all summer long. Look at these low rain chances right along the beach, 5%, St. Augustine Beach, Crescent Beach, the place to be, all the way up to St. Simons, Jekyll Island, and inland, even Keystone, Lake City. These areas, it's tough to really miss out on the rain this time of year, but just a 20% chance of a lone shower. So what we're talking about is if these do pop, a very low confidence, and if 15-minute shower at most for White House at 2 o'clock. And that's about it. We look at the big picture, though, and here it is. Let's look at these temperatures. Hot, hot, hot. Plenty of summer sunshine. 91 for Jacksonville, 88 St. Augustine, 93 out toward Lake City by 1 o'clock. But the heat index, the heat and humidity combined in the shade of 100 to 110. Tonight, we've got soccer. The Armada playing. We'll have that forecast coming up. And notice, no rain to worry about with those plans. And we've got the exclusive Captain Alvarez fishing report. We'll talk about the redfish running, and if Katie Jeffries has ever caught a fish. And the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center, how's it looking, Katie?
I have caught a fish, but I get really seasick. So just the one time, caught the fish the one time. All right, anyway, let's get back to traffic here. If you're taking I-95, this is near International Golf Parkway. Things there look very nice. You can see cars traveling without any problems. Taking a look here towards our traffic maps. Really, all that we're following still at the moment is JTB eastbound at I-95. Look out for a left lane there blocked along JTB eastbound as they continue working on that flyover ramp. But right now, no major crashes or anything like that we're following, so that's great news. I got a tweet in from Dan Miller. He said that it was a clear drive into downtown Jacksonville on I-95 going from the South Beltway this morning, so that's great news. Looks like I-95 is free and clear all the way towards downtown. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Katie. A beloved teacher becomes the victim of a tragic accident in St. Augustine. 42-year-old Jody Nessie, she died after she was hit by a boat propeller. This happened on Saturday. She was a teacher at Plantation Oaks Elementary and would have turned 43 years old today. A memorial will be held for her in Clay County tonight. It will happen at 8 o'clock at the Coppergate Elementary School. And a tragedy sparked some change in the Oakleaf area.
An 8-year-old boy killed in a crash at the intersection of Argyle Forest Boulevard and Oakleaf Plantation Parkway on Monday. Now it's Wednesday, and FDOT is already installing new traffic signals. Those include turn arrows, so drivers in that area will now have protected left turns. The child killed in that wreck was Angel Rios, who was a student at Plantation Oaks Elementary. Grief counselors will be on campus today from 11 to 2 to help those affected by the tragedies, both with the teacher and that young child. If you live near the Black Creek in Clay County, you know just how easily it floods. Remember a couple of years back, it was devastating. Now leaders have come up a way to put that floodwater to good use. St. Johns River Water Management District approved a plan that would control the overflow by pumping water from the flood in the Black Creek to nearby lakes and to the aquifer in the Keystone Heights area and all those lakes that have been so low. The project will be built in southwestern Clay County between Penny Farms and Camp Blanding, and hopefully will be a marvel of engineering that can help out with those low lakes there in Keystone Heights. Check this out. Amazon doing some hiring, and at their first fair you had lines that stretched out the door and around the building. Amazon looking to fulfill jobs at those fulfillment centers you're seeing on your screen right now. If you didn't get a job that day or you didn't get out, you missed the line, don't worry. There is another job fair happening at the Legend Center, and it is today and starts at 10 o'clock this morning. Suggest getting there early because, boy, did that line get long. Keitha.
All right, thanks for that, Lou. Your time now 6:05. We're going to take a quick look at your top national and international stories this morning. Well, the president praises his son for releasing emails about his meeting with a Russian national. The emails basically describe the setup of that meeting. Donald Trump Jr. was told the Russian government had information about Hillary Clinton and would send a government attorney over for a meeting, but he says the attorney had no information or ties to the Kremlin. Critics say this shows the Trump campaign was willing to work with Russia to win the election. Of course, you'll have much more on this coming up on the Today Show and Good Morning America. That's starting at 7 o'clock, right after Good Morning Jacksonville. Well, the Department of Defense releases video of an anti-missile defense system test on Tuesday. This THAAD system would be used to shoot down a ballistic missile similar to the ones being tested in North Korea. The test happened in Alaska and intercepted a missile that had been launched from an aircraft near Hawaii. Well, the Olympics are coming back to U.S. soil pretty soon. The International Olympic Committee announced yesterday Los Angeles will host the Summer Games either in the 2024 year or the year of 2028. The IOC will announce which games LA will get in September, and the games in the other year will go to Paris. Now, both LA and Paris have hosted Olympic Games twice in the past. All right, Major League Baseball, let's talk about it. America's League's best National League for the 5th year in a row. All right, they beat them. Last night's MLB All-Star game went into extra innings where Seattle's Robinson Cano, he hit a solo home run in the 10th to win it, 2-1. Now it's back to work for all of these players. The second half of the MLB season gets underway for all the clubs on Friday. Lou, I know you were amped up about that. You have been watching this so closely, all into baseball.
I am into baseball. I follow the Braves so closely, and man, are they just this close for those Washington Nationals running away from them. Thank you so much. Keitha, Mike's team, the Nationals, by the way. It was a team effort to save lives at a Florida beach this past weekend. Now hear from a young boy who was saved by that human chain. True teamwork there. That is at 6:16. Plus, the city's first medical marijuana dispensary opens its doors today. Tell you what, that's all about at 6:15.
Oh, that sunrise just makes you feel wonderful, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous.
On Wednesday, ready for some summer weather?
I'm very excited, very ready.
All right, well, apparently we got some great beach weather, pool, and boating weather. So
Okay.
Captain Alvarez firing up the boat this morning, Katie, and you did really catch that fish? It's not a fish story?
I caught the fish. He doesn't believe me. It was
don't know.
one fish, one time. I actually
saw
caught
the
a fish.
pictures. I didn't. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. First of all, the redfish are running. Okay, so here's the key. Captain Alvarez says, I'm not going to give away his spot, but fine water temperatures in the low 70s. There's been some upwelling with those southwest winds lately, so the cooler water has come up to the surface and those fish are loving it. Let me give you a little hint. So here's Nocatee, St. Augustine, and just about a mile offshore, there's a little pocket of 72 degrees. School of Deaf and Blind, St. Augustine. And we take a look at Wednesday's high on the beach, 88 degrees, but we've got to be careful. Even on sunny, beautiful days, Katie, see that rip current risk? Yes, those could become a bit dangerous, and we'll talk more about why we got to take those seriously, and of course, the weekend. All right, I believe you about the fish. I was thinking about it. Okay.
Giving me a hard time all morning about this fish. All right, let's take a look here. This is I-95 near Pecan Park Road, and you can see 95 moving without any problems there. Gorgeous sunrise there as well. But I-95 looks pretty nice, picking up just a little bit on that southbound side. Not bad at all on the northbound side there of I-95. Let's take a look towards our traffic maps. If you are traveling maybe towards the Buckman Bridge area, 295 going from Blanding over towards I-95, it's a normal 10 minutes. No congestion, no slowdowns there along the Buckman Bridge. Checking in the Shands Bridge here, no slowdowns there either. Green Cove Springs, US 17, no problems from Green Cove Springs up through Fleming, then up through Orange Park, and then through the west side.
We've got this day down. We're full of good news and more on the way.
Thank you so much, guys. Hey, some of the best athletes in the world are going to be honored tonight for their achievements. The 25th annual ESPYs will be shown live, ABC 25 tonight, so right here. And you've got First Coast native Olympic champion Ryan Murphy up for Best Male Olympic Athlete. He's got some tough competition, with Mike Phelps in the same category, but I think he can do it. Tune in to see who wins tonight at 8, and of course we'll have a full recap for you at 11 and on Good Morning Jacksonville tomorrow. We're rooting for Ryan.
There's a free football camp happening this weekend, and it aims to keep kids busy and stop the violence in Jacksonville. Kids from 6th grade through 12th, they can attend a camp at Scott Park, which is right by George Washington Carver Elementary School, if you're not familiar. Registration starts at 2 in the afternoon. That's on Sunday. Well, keeping the residents of one First Coast attraction happy and healthy. You're going to see the odd job that keeps the St. Augustine Aquarium running. That's at 6:22.
But first, hear one boy's new mission in life after he was saved by that human chain. It happened right here in Florida. We are back in 2 minutes' time.
You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville.
We appreciate you waking up with us on this Wednesday morning. Your time now is 6:15. Well, it could be a new way for patients with debilitating conditions to find relief. Jacksonville's first medical marijuana dispensary is opening today. The storefront is on Beach Boulevard, just east of University Boulevard South. It's operated by a company called True Leave. The facility will offer non-smokable cannabis products and will be available to home deliveries as well to patients if they need it.
So we showed you the incredible photos and video yesterday of this human chain showing dozens of people. They're literally banding together, arm in arm, going out into the ocean. This happened at a Florida beach this past weekend, Panama City Beach to be specific. As many as 80 people forming this chain as they go out into a rip current and rescue a family who was trapped in that rip current. One young boy who was rescued now says he just wants to pay it forward now later in life.
They helped me when I grow up, and they start, and if they can't swim, I'm gonna have to.
Just amazing to think what it took to get everybody together in the first place, and then the action. It's just human nature is wonderful. The family that got caught in the rip current says the yellow flags were flying in the beach when it all happened. And yellow flags, of course, mean that rip currents are at moderate levels, so swimmers should be especially careful. However, rip currents can happen any time, as we well know. So flags, no flags, always be aware, but it was so wonderful that everybody was there to help out.
Yeah, that was awesome to see them linking arms
wow.
like that. Yeah, exactly. Mike just said, oh, wow, that's how you feel if you have some time. We know you're getting ready for work, but check out this beautiful shot at Jacksonville Beach. It is just gorgeous out there with the sunrise. We're going to turn things over now to meteorologist Mike Trangley. We were just talking about being out there at the beach. Is it a day for that, or are we going to see some more rain today? What's going on?
No, it's a beach day for sure. In fact, I don't think we're going to see much rain at all. One of those days where we're going to get to the beach, but we're talking about those rip currents this morning for a good reason. Check out this. Average annual weather-related fatalities, rip currents 100 per year based on the latest NOAA data. That's more than flooding, tornadoes at about 70 a year, and lightning at 48. So even on sunny, beautiful days, and we showed you that beach shot, rip currents can be dangerous. And today I'm concerned because we got an east-southeast wind kicking up, piling up some of that water along the beaches that are more vulnerable after Hurricane Matthew. Now, if you want to hit the beach, just be careful. Ask the lifeguards, stay near lifeguards, and we'll keep you updated on the rip current risk. Also, Jekyll Island, a big place to be today. We called it Water Slide Wednesday all morning for good reason. We got summer waves forecast, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s with an east to southeast wind, but the UV index is 11, so SPF 30 is not enough. All right, we're talking about sunshades, glasses, and breaks in the sun. So maybe take the food, get a lunch, and stay under the shelter for a while, and then get back to the water slide. We take a look at our summer breeze runner forecast, a 10. There is no stopping you with that nice east wind off the ocean today. Now, we've got the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp special 12:05 start, and it's called Big Splash Day. Wear your bathing suits. Yeah, prepare to be splashed, apparently. Looks like a fun day. 90 temperature at noon with a heat index of 100. So the heat is on in this forecast. We'll go all the way through the weekend and let you know if this hot will continue and when those storms will return. But first, let's get to Katie Jeffries and the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
It is shaping up to be a beautiful day. Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at some of your drive times for US 17. That yellow you see is because of some of the stoplights, but no accidents along 17. So it looks pretty good leaving Fleming Island towards 295, and then not bad there as you would pass NAS Jacksonville headed towards I-10. But let's take a look outside, because I tell you what, this is the most beautiful thing you're going to see all day. Look at that sunrise. This is over the Buckman Bridge. Oh, it's gorgeous. Maybe take a moment during our commercial and go outside and just enjoy that gorgeous sunrise. If you're looking at the Buckman Bridge, the side headed towards the Mandarin area, as to be expected, is starting to pick up a little bit. Orange Park side, though, no problems. Let's take a look towards our traffic maps. Overall, not bad at all as you are making your way around the 295 loop or along I-95. Even the downtown bridges, not seeing any slowdowns there. So that's great news. They're all open, accident-free. But I tell you what, that sunrise is gorgeous this morning. Back to you.
Agreed. You need to pull that back up instead of the traffic. I don't want to see that. I want to see sunrise. All right, your time now, 6:20, folks. It takes a lot, we know, to keep the residents of the St. Augustine Aquarium healthy. What are we talking about exactly? Up next, our Curtis Dvorak continues his Odd Job series with a look at how the aquarium's residents are fed each day. What, is that Curtis there? What is he doing?
Sure is. He's wiping algae.
Back in 2. And welcome back. We hope your Wednesday's off to a pretty good start so far. We appreciate you waking up with us here at Good Morning Jacksonville. So all week long, we've shown you some of the odd jobs that keep the First Coast running. And now we're taking you underwater. This is so cool.
All right, so this morning, Curtis Dvorak taking us inside the St. Augustine Aquarium to see how its fishiest residents get fed. Curtis.
Hey folks, today's job, we're down here in St. Augustine, right off of State Road 16 at the St. Augustine Aquarium. Just opened earlier this year. They've got all kinds of cool marine life. A snorkel adventure, means they get to swim with fish, and they got zip lines. This job is right up my alley. I can't possibly screw this up. Hey Sean, how's it going?
Good, Curtis, how are you?
I'm good. I appreciate the opportunity to try out the job here at the St. Augustine Aquarium.
Excellent, excellent. You're in for a real treat. Let's gear you up.
All right, yeah, I'll
Put you to work.
probably get this shirt a little dirty, so.
Yeah, you'll need it. This is our hands-on and seahorse exhibit. We've got invertebrates that the guests can come and actually put their hands on them, touch them, feel them.
What is this behemoth?
Well, Curtis, this is our 80,000-gallon snorkel adventure. This is where people can actually come and snorkel with our animals. We've got 300 fish of 28 different species in here. We've got 3 nurse sharks and a Goliath grouper here. And then we've got 8 different rays on this side, and both can be fed by the public.
All right.
Well, Curtis, this is our lab and food preparation area.
Okay.
This is where we prepare all the food for the animals. I'd like to introduce Olivia Diskin. She's our marine biologist.
How you doing, Olivia?
Doing good.
All right, marine. And so what do you need my help with?
All right, so we've got some squid and some shrimp today that we need to prep for all of our critters to eat tomorrow. With every single shrimp, it's a little bit labor intensive, but see how it's got a really sharp horn right here. It'll catch yourself every single time. So what we do
Hear that, Curtis? Shrimp horn. Learned about that.
Yeah, we do have gloves available, but they do, at least for me, get in the way a little bit. The food's very slippery. We need to have a very good grip on it, or else we could accidentally injure ourselves if we're not handling these knives carefully enough.
So you like this smell?
Mm-hmm. This is a very positive smell.
Sure. Do the sharks ever thank you?
Sometimes it seems like they burp afterwards, and I take that as my thanks.
Wait a minute, sharks burp?
Yes.
Learn something new every day. Who wants it? Who wants it? There you go. Whoa, my God. Whoa. They do burp.
Curtis, got another job for you.
Another
It's
job?
important. We need to get going.
All right, I got it. All right. Sean, you said this is a dirty job, but I'm going swimming, so what do I got to do?
Well, you're going to be doing something really interesting and critical here at the aquarium. You're going to be scrubbing the corals.
Scrubbing the corals? All right, got to keep them clean.
Absolutely. Really, for the health of the animals, we need to maintain the algae level in the tank. and for our guests as well, so visually it appears the right way.
So for your aquarium at home, you just reach the brush in the tank and do that, but I got to go in and do this?
Oh yeah, you're going to go in and we're going to put a tank on you and everything.
All right, Sean, how did I do? You think I got a chance to work here?
I think you do. There's one last task that we'd like you to do, and I think it's perfect for your experience.
The zip lines?
No.
I got one adult, two children, 2 adults.
The shark mascot. Mascot costume, zip lines would have been good. Well, there you go. St. Augustine Aquarium. It's open, folks. Yep. Shark Week.
Sorry, Curtis, you just can't escape it, that whole mascot thing.
There's no reason for him to. Embrace what you're
Your
talented
talent?
at. Yes.
All right, tomorrow Curtis is going to take us from the water to the fields with a look at farming on the First Coast. That's Thursday morning right here on Good Morning Jacksonville.
Been a great series, and you got to see the rest of them if you haven't on our website, firstcoastnews.com. Still ahead on Good Morning Jacksonville, one father now on a mission to help cancer patients. His call to action for other business owners to join him. That's coming up at 6:34.
That's a really good one, but first, we've got to get to the latest on some breaking news we've been following all morning long, as police are now conducting a death investigation in Jacksonville. Alex Osiris is live in just 2 minutes.